The average American household spends $600 a month on food. After our mortgage, this is the largest expense for most of us. But the good news is it's something we have control over. Today, I've got 10 awesome tips to help you save on your groceries. Hey there, Brittany Flammer here with videos all about budgeting and money saving tips. If you want to be able to afford to live a life you love, no matter what your income, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss any videos. First tip for saving on your groceries is meal planning. Now, there are so many ways you can meal plan. You can do weekly, monthly, you can do themed meal planning with Meatless Monday, Taco Tuesday. The cheapest way I have found to meal plan is by using up what I already have on hand and combining that with local grocery ads. I've got a video showing you how I do that right up there. But it doesn't really matter how you meal plan as long as you are doing a meal plan. When you have a meal plan, then you will buy groceries based on that meal plan. And you'll come home with groceries to make all of these meals. When you go to the store to pick up groceries without a meal plan, you buy random ingredients that you come home, you don't have stuff to make meals. So you have to go to the store again. You go out to eat, you get discouraged, you spend more money. So whatever meal plan you do, just make sure you meal plan. Second tip for saving on your groceries is to buy the generic store brand. We automatically assume if something is more expensive, it must be better. But that's not always the case. Many of these products are made in the same factory and they are slapped on with different stickers before they come to the store. Yesterday I was at the grocery store comparing some prices. Check out this oil. The Crisco oil is $3.17 for a bottle. Compare that to the generic store brand at $1.84 for the same amount. That's almost double the price for the same amount of oil. Just down the aisle, I saw the flour. The generic store brand flour was $2.96 versus the name brand, which was $4.66. I know it's just a couple of dollars, which doesn't seem like that much in the scheme of things. However, when you look at percentages, you're talking 40 to 50% more you are paying for the name brand. So give the generic brands a try. If you hate them, you don't have to buy them, but give them a try. It will save you 40 to 50% on a lot of things. Number 3 for saving on your groceries is so simple and yet makes such a big difference. Make sure you do your grocery shopping one day a week. Only one day. Don't go 2 or 3 times in the week, just once. If you run out of something or come to the weekend and realize you still need something, then you run to the store for just one item, but you end up coming home with $20 or $30 worth of stuff that you didn't really need. I know I cannot be the only one that has done this. Type guilty in the comments below if you have ever done that. I personally just hit one grocery store every week. I got 5 kids and I don't have time to do more. If you like to go to more stores than that, then try to do it all on one day. Make sure you've meal planned, get all the ingredients you need, and then don't go back so you're not tempted to buy things you don't need. Tip number 4, prepare your own food. Anything you buy that's prepackaged, pre-sliced, pre-cut, already prepared, you are going to pay a lot more for. Here's just one example. This veggie tray from the store is $10. Now, if I were to go and buy $10 worth of vegetables and cut them up myself, I would get so much more for my money. When you buy prepackaged or prepared food, you are paying for the convenience. Now, I'm not saying you should never do that. I have bought prepared food before. There's a time and a place. Just know that if you buy it, you are going to be spending a lot more for that convenience. Number 5 for saving on groceries is to freeze food. I love to buy extra when things are on sale and freeze them for later. Or if I have food that I'm not going to be able to use up before it goes bad, I'll stick it in the freezer. I have a video showing you all of the things that I put in my freezer and how I freeze them. You'd be amazed at some of the things you can freeze. You can check that out right up here. Tip number 6 on saving for your groceries goes along with the last one. Use a freezer inventory. I know so many people that freeze things with the best of intentions and then 2 or 3 years later pull out stuff they don't recognize and throw it away. It doesn't do you any good to freeze stuff if you're not going to use it. So I use a freezer inventory. You can snag mine down in the description box below, but you can just use a sheet of paper, stick it up on your freezer, and make sure you keep track of what's in there. At a glance, it helps you see what you've already got on hand so you don't have to go buy more. You can make meals with what you've already got on hand. I've got a video right up here here showing you how I use my freezer inventory. Such a simple thing that makes a huge difference. Number 7 is so simple that it doesn't feel like it should be a tip, but it helps so much. I like to keep all of the ingredients for 2 or 3 quick and easy meals I like to have these ingredients on hand at all times because life happens. Kids get sick, plans change, and if I don't have ingredients for a meal on hand that's easy, I'm going to be running to the store to buy something, or more likely running to get takeout for my family. It doesn't have to be elaborate. It can be simple staples. A couple of the meals we always have stuff on hand for is spaghetti. We always have spaghetti sauce and noodles in our pantry, meat in our freezer. I always have frozen veggies in the freezer, mac and cheese so I can throw a meal together. Or we like to have quesadillas. I always have refried beans, tortillas, cheese, chicken on hand. I just make sure I have the ingredients for a couple of meals that are quick. So when something comes up and I only have a few minutes, I know that I have stuff for a meal on hand. Number 8 is to use Ibotta. I am not a big coupon person. Ibotta is like a modern day cashback couponing, and it's not gonna make you rich. You're not gonna make thousands off of it, but I spend 2 or 3 minutes using the Ibotta app and I get a couple $100s a year in cash back. Check out my video explaining it right up there. Tip number 9 on saving for groceries is leftovers. Don't get rid of your leftovers. They make great lunches for the next day, or what we like to do is have a leftover night. Usually it's Saturday night because we're busy doing other things. I don't want to spend a lot of time cooking and I don't want to waste food. So for dinner on Saturday night, we open up the fridge, pull out all of the leftover food, and we eat it. We don't all have the same thing. One kid gets spaghetti, one kid gets soup. They all get different things, but all of the food is used up, so we're not wasting any. And I don't have to buy ingredients for meals that night and don't have to spend time cooking. It's pretty awesome on all accounts. Tip number 10 is another extremely simple one, but I have found that the more simple things are, usually the better they are. When I am out shopping, for anything, but especially groceries, I will add the total as I put things into my cart. Those $2 and $3 and $5 items can add up really fast. So I will round things to the nearest dollar, and as I put something in my cart, I will add it and keep the total as I'm shopping. I can do it in my head if I don't have lots of little kids, or use the calculator on my phone, or the little counting clickers. Those work great. Your kids can even help with that if they're old enough. But I like to keep track of the total. There are a lot of times when I will think about adding something to the cart, figure out how much I have in there, and decide that I really don't need it and put it back on the shelf. In the description box below is a link to a printable checklist with these tips and so many more money-saving tips for not just groceries, but everyday life, for all aspects of everyday life that will help you save thousands over the course of the year. Check the link in the description box for that free printable. And if you found this video helpful, you will love my video over here on frugal living tips. Thanks so much. See you in the next video.